Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Monday, April 20th. We have the latest in the Subu Vadam case, as well as more on new cameras around Penn State's campus.
We also have all you need to know about charges facing an ICE agent, along with sports, entertainment, weather, and an interview. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Olivia Sweigart.
And I'm Christian Audia. A State College man who spent more than 40 years in prison on a now overturned murder conviction is facing new legal challenges in his immigration case. The Department of Homeland Security is appealing a decision that would allow Subu Vadam to stay in the United States. Vadam was released in October, but was immediately taken back into custody over a decades-old drug conviction. A federal judge has given the government until mid-May to respond to a request for his release.
Penn State is introducing a new network of cameras to campus. Automated license plate reader cameras have started to be installed at select perimeter locations as a part of a limited initiative to support law enforcement, according to officials. The cameras are used to assist with stolen vehicle recovery, missing person cases, and investigative leads. 24 cameras have been reported and identified around or on Penn State's campus, but the university is not releasing specific location details.
A Center County nonprofit is receiving a $300,000 state grant to expand mental health programs for local youth. The Jana Marie Foundation will use the funding to grow its summer camps and after-school clubs. The program is focused on mindfulness, coping skills, and social-emotional learning. State Representative Paul Takak says the investment will help young people build emotional strength and connect with supportive adults. The funding comes from the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency.
The Happy Valley Casino at the Nittany Mall is giving the public a first look prior to its opening. The casino will host testing days from 2 to 10 p.m. on April 24th and 25th. Test days are required by the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board to make sure operations and procedures meet regulations before the casino officially opens. All proceeds will benefit the State College Food Bank and the YMCA of Center County. The official opening date will be announced shortly after the test days. What kind of weather can students expect for this week? Student meteorologist Jonathan Domo is live in studio with this week's forecast. Jonathan?
Thanks, Olivia. We're coming off the heels of a very above average week from last week, but the start of this week has been anything but that. And I'll have more on that in just a moment, as well as a first look at what you can expect for the blue and white game. But first, here's a look at the beautiful Penn State golf course, where sunset is just under 10 minutes away. And it was a chilly one out there. And if you're outside right now, it is currently 41 degrees, but it might feel like 35 degrees due to those wind speeds. It looks like the graphics have run away from me just now. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that. But what I can tell you is that on the satellite and radar, there are currently snow showers moving through northern Pennsylvania along the Pennsylvania and New York border. And earlier today, State College actually received some scattered snowflakes around 3 or 4 a.m. When we usually say April showers bring May flowers, we don't often mean snow showers. And unfortunately, these snow showers will not be bringing flowers anytime soon, but it's a pretty interesting occurrence, all due to low temperatures. Now, taking a look at future weather, we can see that for the rest of the day, we're going to be mostly dry, but that rain chance moves in around Wednesday morning around 5 or 6 a.m. And then that will actually continue through the day. On Wednesday, you can see that those rain showers are pretty pervasive around 6:30 p.m. around dinner time, around much of the Commonwealth. And if we take a look past Wednesday, you can see that things are going to clear up for the end of the week, while another round of rain will begin building around Friday night. It'll be raining around 5 o'clock on Friday. And then in time for the blue and white game, keep in mind, this is almost a week out, but it is expected to be cold and rainy. So you're going to want to dress for the temperatures as well as the precipitation. You're going to want to keep a blue and white umbrella on hand. But let's take a look at the temperature trend to see where our temperatures will be at by the end of this week. You can see we'll climb up steadily towards a high of 79. I would not be surprised if we hit 80 by Friday. Tomorrow will be much better than today. It'll be in the 60s before we jump up to 72 on Wednesday, before before, staying steady around 80 degrees Thursday and Friday. However, Saturday, it keeps just getting lower and lower. 58 degrees is currently what we're forecasting, and I wouldn't be surprised if that takes a step down even further as we get closer to Saturday. Now let's take a look at the forecast for tonight. We're looking at temperatures well below freezing, 27 degrees. There's actually a freeze warning in effect in State College until midnight tonight. So if you're out driving in the early morning for whatever reason, make sure you're taking it slow and you're taking it safe. It will be an icy one out there, partly cloudy winds out of the northwest at 9 miles per hour. Taking a look at the forecast for tomorrow, 61 degrees, mostly sunny, a much more manageable day than it was today with our chilly start. And taking a look at the 7-day forecast, you can see that temperature trending towards 80 degrees for the end of the week, but like I mentioned, will be below 60 degrees on Saturday, and rain is in the forecast. However, the good news is that we will start off next week in the upper 60s, almost 70 degrees next Monday, and we will not be repeating the cycle of a warm week, cold weekend. Olivia?
Thanks, Jonathan. Now over to Sarah with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Olivia. I'm Sarah Nason with your sports update. Your Penn State men's lacrosse team is headed to the Big Ten tournament with a first-round bye and a number 2 seed after clinching a share of the Big Ten regular season championship. The title comes after Penn State won its last regular season game against 19 Rutgers, where they also won their 5th consecutive Friendship Cup. Penn State will now face the winner of number 3 Maryland versus number 6 Rutgers on April 30th. The 2026 NFL Draft is quickly approaching this weekend in Pittsburgh, where 8 former Penn State football players are projected to hear their names called. Offensive lineman Olivia Ioane is projected to be selected the highest out of any Nittany Lion as a first-round pick. Following him are safeties Akeem Wheatley and defensive end Denai Dennis Sutton, who are expected to be picked in the 3rd round. And running back duo Katron Allen and Nick Singleton, tackles Drew Shelton and Zane Durant, and quarterback Drew Aller are expected in the 4th and 5th rounds. Coverage begins this Thursday. Staying on track with the NFL draft, the New York Giants spiced up the first round after trading their all-pro defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence II to the Cincinnati Bengals in exchange for the number 10 pick in this week's draft. The Giants now own 2 top 10 picks in the first round, including the 5th pick after last season's finish. Not only does the move shake up the order of projected player picks, but the deal comes as a complete surprise, as Lawrence's value is considered either a late first-round pick or early second-rounder with more assets. After passing his physical, Lawrence signed a 1-year, $28 million extension. In the heat of the NBA playoffs, the association announced its NBA awards finalists on Sunday night. Of the 7 end-of-season awards, the MVP is one of the highest honors. This year, Victor Wembanyama joined former winners Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic as the 3 finalists. Gilgeous-Alexander, who won the award last year, currently sits at 31.1 points per game, while Wembanyama averages 25 points. The 3-time MVP Jokic currently leads the league in assists and rebounds. That's all for your sports update. After the break, Nikolai Wagner has the latest in the world of entertainment. Stay tuned.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Nikolai Wagner with your entertainment update. Comedian and puppeteer Jeff Dunham is taking his talent to the Bryce Jordan Center this Thursday as a stop on his artificial intelligence tour. Dunham began practicing ventriloquism at 8 years old and began to perform for audiences as a teenager. Dunham's first special, titled Arguing with Myself, was released on Comedy Central back in 2006. Since then, he has released 7 specials for Comedy Central, as well as 2 Netflix specials. This will mark his 6th time Dunham has performed at Penn State. Doors will open at 6, with the show starting at 7. This Friday, a Queen tribute band will be performing at the State Theater. The band is known as Killer Queen, the longest established worldwide Queen tribute band. They were first established in 1993 and became the first tribute band to ever perform in London's West End. The band is fronted by Patrick Myers as Freddie Mercury. Myers is widely praised for his uncanny resemblance and vocal accuracy to the late Freddie Mercury. The performance takes place this Friday at 8. The College of IST had an event inspired by a popular Netflix series. Reporter Prithvi Sudhakar is live in the studio with more details. Prithvi.
Thanks, Nikolai. Last week, I had the opportunity to attend the College of IST Gala banquet at the Graduate Hotel in downtown State College. Let's take a look.
The College of Information Science and Technology Gala brought an event of meaningful connections, shared achievements, and an innovative impact to Penn State students, community professionals, and campus partners.
The event was a joint collaboration hosted by 2 IST student organizations, the IST Undergraduate Student Council, IST-USC, and Wiring Innovation for Racial Equity and Development Internetwork, Wired In. The event was subtitled A Bridgerton Masquerade, paying homage to the hit Netflix show. As such, most event participants were wearing masks that were handed out.
I had hoped that it would be an event where they were truly just celebrating all the achievements that they've had this year. And many of them are graduating and going on to the next thing. And so this is a little bit bittersweet.
Given the turnout of the event, it was evident that the gala would be one to remember. There were many components of the event, including food, photos, awards, and a royal game of imposter called Whistle Down. Additionally, the dean herself gave a motivational speech that boasted references to Bridgerton.
Return to your work, knowing that what you are building matters far beyond this room. You are not just the most eligible minds of the season, you are the authors of what comes next.
Events like this offer a refreshing chance to escape the stress of the semester ending and to remember what makes the Penn State community unique. Reporting for Penn State Network News, I'm Prithvi Sudhakar.
Overall, the Bridgerton theme was a fantastic choice and a huge hit among the participants. It was wonderful to see the costumes and the engagement. Back to you, Nikolai.
Thanks, Prithvi. On Saturday, the 51st AFI Lifetime Achievement Awards ceremony, comedian Eddie Murphy received the AFI Life Achievement Award. The award is considered the highest honor bestowed by the American Film Institute. It was a true honor for Murphy, but the real star of the ceremony was one of Murphy's past co-stars. Mike Myers, who has starred alongside Murphy in all the Shrek films, took the stage to honor his co-star. Mike Myers is the voice of Shrek, while Eddie Murphy is the voice of Donkey. And to pay homage to the films they starred in together, Myers gave a speech in which he praised Murphy in full Shrek makeup. Netflix has announced a new animated film from the world of Roald Dahl. The film is titled Charlie versus the Chocolate Factory and is being described as a fresh twist on a classic story. The film is set to star Kate Connor as Charlie and Taika Waititi as Willy Wonka. The film is part of Netflix's plan with the Roald Dahl Company. Back in 2021, Netflix announced they had acquired the Roald Dahl Company to create various content based on his books. This new retelling of the story will be released in 2027. That's all for your entertainment update. Coming up next, interview anchor Holland Pena will be speaking with Mana Rodembush, a Penn State marketing and fan experience intern. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
All of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Ready, Mike? 3, 2, fade in on 2, Mike and Q.
This is Nittany Talk.
I would say spring.
Slow down.
And he knew that. How do you say
I know.
She continues to hold her values and everything though. And I think that that's really important. So yeah, and self-care Saturday.
And you lose a lot of sleep.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
Bye.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Hey everyone, welcome to Culture Central. My name is Jaden Stewart,
What's good, everybody? My name is Eric Pichardo, and we are your hosts
creators
and executive producers of Culture Central. Is this Whitney Houston?
We're doing things that have never been done before, so welcome to the family.
Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with Aiden Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out, reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News.
If you don't include human beings, you cannot accurately model the way the climate has changed over the last 50 years.
And I don't know that we're ever going to be free of some sort of bug.
That the natural state of motion for something to be in is to remain in its current state of motion.
Been lucky enough to discover various things out there. Pulsars, exoplanets, and some other phenomena that ended up being interesting.
Hi, I'm Johnson Gary with Asking Penn State.
With Asking Penn State, Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State, Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Harlan Pena, and today I'm joined by Mano Rodenbush, a Penn State marketing and fan experience intern. Mano, thank you so much for coming in to chat with us tonight. Let's just get started. So you're from Bronxville, New York, 4 hours away. Why choose Penn State? What drew you here?
Honestly, Gary Abdullah. Gary got me here. He talked about all the opportunities that I could have at Penn State, and I really just saw myself here. It was genuinely just the amount of things I could get involved in. That's definitely what got me here.
Shout out Gary Abdullah. We all
shout out Gary.
And so I know you're a double major in public relations and international relations with a minor in French. So a lot is going on. What is the career path? What is the dream career?
I came into college wanting to work in sports, and now I really see how sports is expanding internationally. So adding that international relations major was what got me there. I really want to work in sports internationally, and the French is there just to maybe live in Paris. That's my dream.
Going from state college to Paris is kind of a jump. And so inside the classroom, a lot taking 18 credits this semester. Outside the classroom, just as involved, you're a marketing and fan experience intern with Penn State Athletics. For those who may not know, what does that kind of entail?
Yeah, so it's about a group of, I believe, 20 of us. We help out with all 31 sports here on campus. We are helping out what promotion is being held. So if it's a whiteout that we're giving out a shirt, we're helping out give out those shirts. If it's a Big Ten wrestling match at the BJC, it's what halftime, between breaks, what game's going on, that's what we're doing. It's a lot of giving that experience to the fans that they can remember and come back to Penn State repeatedly.
And so I know you're a head intern for lacrosse.
Yes.
What does an hour-by-hour game day look like as a lead intern rather than just a regular intern?
So I'd say women's lacrosse, if it's a bigger game, I'll get there half an hour before other interns. We're setting up our marketing table. I normally stay inside the booth for games, so I'm playing music. My like boss Ty, he's telling me, hey, this is a great time to play this type of song, this type of song. He's really just walking me through it and helping make the game day experience a lot better for people in places that like you wouldn't really normally see us. So like hiding, music, all of that.
Speaking of those things we don't really see, those 30-second timeouts or in wrestling or in lacrosse, how much planning goes into that?
It depends on the sport, really. For lacrosse, we do what we call player personnel videos. So at the start of the semester during their media day, Ty was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, let's do something cup stacking related. We decided to put a twist on it and blindfolded the girls. So it was one girl blindfolded cup stacking while her teammate was helping her out. That's like planned out. We did, I think, 6 different like duos of girls. And that's like what we'll show. If it was youth lacrosse day, we had a scrimmage at halftime. That was a lot more emailing people, getting them to come, planning that out, talking with my other interns, being like, hey, this is what we're doing. This is how we're going to do it and how we're going to execute it.
What's your favorite in-game game? Across every sport you've worked.
I will say volleyball and wrestling does like a suitcase race where we like open up the suitcase and we like scatter items across and then you have to like grab everything, put it in and like run to one of the interns. That's a really fun one because you never know how it's going to go.
And stepping into this role, what really surprised you that you didn't really know you were kind of getting yourself into?
Not every game is going to be the same. Even if I'm working 2 women's volleyball games, they're going to be completely different one from the other. Whether it's how many fans were there, what the vibes of the fans are, what promotions we're doing, no 2 games are going to be the same. And
what is like working in sports? We know, again, not every day is the same, but what is like your biggest lesson learned from that?
It's okay to ask questions and say that you don't know something. A lot of the times I've never been to a wrestling match, I will be honest. And I was sitting there and they're like talking about like different bots or something. And I'm like, what is going on? Being able to ask our like bosses and be like, can you just explain what's going on? Learning a new sport, that definitely is a biggest lesson learned is it's okay to ask for help.
Just a learning opportunity. They know you guys are students at the end of the day. Kind of what has been like your favorite sport overall to work? And really for lacrosse, but like any sport.
I'm always going to say lacrosse because I love my lacrosse girls. They're the sweetest. Hockey is a really interesting sport to do just because of how quick things are going. I will say women's volleyball was one of the first games I worked, so they have a place in my heart. And Big Ten wrestling inside the BJC. Those are crazy games, and it's just, wow.
Yeah.
So many people.
And for people wanting to break into the sports industry or the public relations side, what would be your biggest advice for them?
It's going to be cliche, but networking. I didn't get the position. I didn't even know about Penn State fan experience and marketing until I met one of my co-tour guides last year, and she was like, oh, I do this internship. And I was like, wait, how do I do that? She got me in contact with my now boss and was like, hey, just apply. And I, again, wouldn't have had it if I didn't talk to her and just be like, what are you doing? Why are you on the field all the time? Like, why do I see you everywhere?
And then going into your senior year, you've been doing this internship for a couple of years now. What are you hoping to gain from it before graduating from Penn State and moving on to the next chapter of your life?
I think more experience with different sports. This was my 2nd semester working with them and just being able to work all the different sports I already have. I don't know what I want to do when I graduate just quite yet. I don't know if I want to go NHL, NFL, MLB, NBA. Just being able to have that experience, that's definitely something that I'll just carry on and be like asking more questions to my bosses and being like, what is going on?
Right, carrying that forever. Well, Mono, thank you so much for joining us today and telling us more about the internship with athletics. Now stick around because coming up, Christian and Olivia will have the latest from across the nation.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with Aiden Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So insane, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out, reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News.
Former Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax and his estranged wife were found dead in their Annandale home. Police say Fairfax shot his wife, Dr. Serena Fairfax, before taking his own life. Authorities say the deaths come amid an ongoing divorce, with court records showing Fairfax had recently been ordered to move out of the home. Fairfax was once a rising figure in the Democratic Party before past allegations derailed his political career.
A federal immigration agent is wanted on felony assault charges after prosecutors say he pointed a gun at two people in a car near Minneapolis. ICE officer Gregory Donald Morgan Jr. is charged with 2 counts of second-degree assault from the February 5th incident. Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty says it is the first criminal case linked to immigration enforcement activity in Minnesota. Officials say there is an active nationwide warrant for his arrest.
The Senate has approved a short-term extension of a controversial surveillance program used by U.S. intelligence agencies, keeping it in place through April 30th. The measure passed by voice vote as Congress rushed to meet a looming deadline and send it to President Donald Trump for approval. Lawmakers had struggled to agree on a longer extension, with competing proposals failing in the House. The temporary deal sets up another debate later this month over balancing national security and Americans' privacy rights.
Federal officials announced that about 300 flights will be cut per day at Chicago O'Hare International Airport on the busiest days this summer to reduce delays and cancellations. The cuts come after high-level traffic at the airport, which more than 3,080 flights scheduled on peak days this summer. Daily flights will now be limited at about 2,700 in hopes of making this summer travel season smoother. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says, quote, "If you book a ticket, we want you and your family to have the certainty that you'll fly without endless delays and cancellations." Now over to Lily with the latest in global news.
Thanks, Olivia. I'm Lily McAfee with your international news update. The U.S. Navy captured an Iranian-flagged ship near the Strait of Hormuz. This is the first major confrontation as the ship tried to bypass the U.S. naval blockade. Iran is commenting this move, quote, piracy and warning of retaliation, raising concerns about the ceasefire agreement collapsing. This incident is also a major threat to the planned diplomatic talks between the nations. North Korea launched multiple short-range ballistic missiles towards eastern waters Sunday morning. The missiles flew roughly 140 kilometers or 87 miles before landing in the ocean. The United States, South Korea, and Japan condemned the testing, saying it was a violation of UN resolutions. South Korea specifically warns of a threat to regional stability. Security concerns also arose as South Korea held emergency discussions and increased military readiness. Officials also say this can be linked to submarine-based technology. As North Korea continues to expand their nuclear and missile programs, this technology could make future attacks harder to detect. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Lily. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.